Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to Thursday Thoughts, your questions answered. Hope you're having a great week so far. It's Des here, of course, nearly forgot that bit. Hope you're having a great week so far. Hope you're enjoying what we're doing on DOdaily. Lots of different kind of content this week, different scenarios. The weather's causing a bit of an issue this week as well, so I'm tending to find myself a little bit more indoors at the moment. Got a question about sort of the weather and the seasons today, so looking forward to giving my thoughts on that one. But like I say, I hope you're having a great week. Hope it's really positive for you. I've been working hard today. Mentioned already this week a couple of times that quite difficult at the moment. Got a few things to sort out personally. Me and Kay have got to find somewhere else to live. It's not a major issue, but it's something we've got to deal with and something a little bit unexpected. So we've just got to keep doing the things we do, keep sort of ploughing on, keep working at it, and we'll hopefully find somewhere even better and somewhere nicer to live, despite the fact we enjoy living here. It's really nice for some of the activity I do. So whilst it's a little bit disappointing, whilst it's a little bit frustrating, just got to carry on. And today, I've been working really hard, keep advising people through the daily videos, through DOdaily, and through sort of the online community that it's important to work really hard at what we do, just to put some of these things to the back of our mind for the time being and just really focus on sort of staying healthy and active and keeping fit and looking after yourself. And that's really important. If I let all these things get to me too much, then I'd forget about the activity, I'd forget about going out for a run, let the diet slip, all those things. And whilst I've not done that to a great extent, just slightly, finding it difficult to get up again, finding it difficult to find that little bit of extra motivation to get out there. A week or two ago, I was flying, I was out running at 6 o'clock in the morning, I was walking in the afternoons, getting all that activity. And so it's just important for me to, like I said yesterday, to see it as a blip, see it as something we can control and we can sort out, and hopefully sort something to the best of our ability and to suit us the best we can. So I'll persevere with that. Of course, I'm persevering with this and they do running work at the moment, to try and give us a great platform to work from. So it's really important for me to keep going, keep sort of spreading the word, keep passing on that positivity of what we can offer, keep just doing it. It's really, really important now, personally, as much as ever, So I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep spreading the word and keep at it. So on to the questions. Thanks again for those who've popped them up. I really, really appreciate getting them. Doesn't have to. I say this every week. It doesn't have to be anything too complicated, too technical. Just from the questions today, it will show that. But just things people want to know. Just my opinion. Just what my thoughts on certain things. Just short, sharp questions. Whilst I'll try and answer them the best I can and offer some substance to them, I don't want to be here to sort of make the mind boggle, Don't need to get too technical with it. Just pass on little bits of information we can all use, we can all take into the activity, to use for our own motivation, just to get us out there, just to get us thinking. That's the point. Sometimes we all need that little reminder of how to do things. I'm 40 now and all grown up. I'd like to think so, but still need reminding of things. Still, even the things I know, we just need to sort of be reminded from time to time, and that's all we're trying to do here. Is just pass on little bits of information people can use. So the first question. Oh, sorry. Before I get on to the questions, last week I finished with the question of what have you been really missing, and what's the first thing you're looking forward to when we come back from lockdown and this current situation, which seems to be going on forever, which can only intensify issues as well, but being positive. Sally said she's really missing park run. I know Sally's a big park runner. her and her partner Richard go to various park runs all around the country and make the most of their Saturday morning. So I can totally understand that. They're all a little adventure. I sort of use them in that sense as well with my friends, my close friends. And Helen kind of backs that up by saying she just wants to be spontaneous and do park run away days and go to races like we used to before. I'm missing that as well, and park run's a massive thing for us as runners, as within the Do Running community. The regulars who sort of attend when we can attend, really miss that kind of thing, because it's a real big part of our week and we really get so much from it. So I can totally understand that. Dawn mentions that she's missing a family, hugs with a nephew. I know she's really close to her nephew, so it's something she really wants to do. I can totally understand that as well. I'm not the biggest hugger in the world, but it's totally understandable. And she's also missing Sunday lunch at her mum's. Again, family's a big thing, and possibly the biggest sacrifice we're all having to make at times. It's really upsetting when we can't do the things we do. Ben backs that up by saying hugs again. He'd love to sort of do that, and of course, when he's starting up, I think we're all looking forward to that, aren't we, Ben? And the sooner the better in my book. There's nothing better than seeing people face to face and sharing good company, getting out for a run and sharing all that sort of enthusiasm for what we do. So really, really looking forward to that myself. Kay, again, something I'm inclined to agree with. She's missing a real good night out. We've got a massive social element to what we do. Whilst we really do focus on looking after ourselves, getting out there, running and taking part in activity, we like to create lots of social events. Each Wednesday and Sunday run we do here in Nottingham, we have social sort of gathering afterwards, and then we have nights out and things like that, which are really well attended. So and always done so in great spirit. So really, really missing those. We've not done one for a local one. We do lots of trips as well, but we've not done a local night out for quite a while. And once we get up and running, it's definitely something I'm really want to sort out again. Get out there. Kay wants to dance and sort of all that great feeling. And again, whilst we can go out at the moment, it's really disappointing, isn't it, that we can't hug, dance about, put our arms around each other, in the most sort of normal kind of way. But all those things are like when you can go to a pub, for example, now, or for a night out, you have to sit in certain places and you can't move around, you can't socialise properly. And they're the things that are really sort of getting to me. Of course, I'm not drinking at the moment, so it adds a different dynamic anyway. But those are the things I know when I've completed that particular challenge that I really look forward to, and I'm going to be really disappointed about missing. And of course, I mention it all the time. It's my favourite thing. Football. I'm missing the football so much. As each week passes, and the new season's now almost upon us, and we still can't go. It's really, really frustrating. So thanks for the response to those guys. There was lots of those, lots of great things. And the point by asking that was just to look forward. We spend a lot of time reflecting, looking back at what we've done, and getting fed up that we can't do it. But if we start looking forward to them, we'll start building that excitement again. And whilst there's no sort of fixed plan for a lot of those things, it's really important to sort of remember how much we did enjoy them, and remember whatever changes, the new normal, that horrible phrase again, that we're going to be able to do lots of those things and lots of those things together again. And all of those things actually include other people, which is the big frustration once again. So, like I say, the questions, getting on to those, we've got a variation again. Starting off with a subject that came up sort of through our group WhatsApp this week. Dawn asked the question. Over the past week or so, she's seen lots of running clubs up and down the country charging people to be members. Some are quite cheap, some are a little excessive. And she said, given the fact that Do Running is essentially free, it's a free service to people that want to use it and get involved. What are my thoughts on this? Well, to be honest, Dawn and everybody watching, my thoughts on this: if people want to pay for a service, there's nothing stopping them. You know, I've got an aim to do running and offer it as a free service to try and include as many people as possible. And you'll have heard me say over the last couple of weeks that I've got this big issue about how people perceive inclusiveness and how people sort of take things on board and try and do things together. And one of my biggest thing in doing this is to be open to absolutely everybody, regardless of any discriminatory factor, regardless of their financial position, regardless of their background or any of those things. So for me, it's really, really important to offer something that everybody can take part in. Yes, there is things we do which cost money, of course, to try and sustain, do running. We've got kit, we've got events, and we look to make a little bit to build the do running offering to a community interest company, so we can give that back to charity and other things. But that's only through choice. To take part in the activity, to be included in the group, it's absolutely free of charge. And I think that's really important for us to do it this way. Of course, whilst I've seen some of these as well, I've seen some of these posters and adverts for people to join running groups, even virtual running groups that cost money, which I think, having said what I've just said, I don't agree with. I think that's a bizarre thing to do. But if people want to pay money, that's absolutely up to them. I don't necessarily agree with going to the gym. You know, it costs money to go to the gym. It costs quite a lot of money at some gyms, but some people enjoy that. For me, running is much better than that. You're outside, you're in the fresh air. You know, you're seeing different things. You're seeing new places and learning all the time. To be stood on a treadmill, to pay £50 a month or whatever, £100 a month, I don't get it. But that's my personal opinion. I love the running. I love running outdoors. I love introducing new activity now to do running and getting outdoors, walking, cycling, you know, all these things we can do, and making the do running offer, whilst keeping it free, making it available to those kind of things as well. And of course, the online offer we've got in terms of inviting people just to join us in solidarity and virtually, you know, just those things. So I've not got a massive sort of problem with people charging for running groups. Some of the pricing seems a bit bizarre, all things considered, but people have got different aims with this. Some people might need to pay to justify being part of a group, or some people might want to contribute. You know, through do running, that we do run certain. We have got different ways of trying to be sustainable. Some people pay in a monthly fee, you know, and a very small monthly fee, I'll add, but. And some people have made donations in the past, and just pretty much in the parkrun way. Parkrun's going to be free forever. For me, that's what I want to do, but kind of get that little bit further into the community and really pull people out who might not know what's available. And so it's important for me to do it that way. And like I say, I've not got a real issue with people charging money to do these things, or people paying for it, but by looking around and seeing what's available, there's lots of opportunity to get involved for those that aren't in that position, you know, and that's what's really important. I've already said it, but for me, it boils down to being as inclusive as possible and being as welcoming and on a level with absolutely everybody that comes in. And unfortunately, when money comes into it and things like that, we lose that level playing field, and that's one of the key things for me. Of course, I do a lot of work with Get Out, Get Active Nottingham to keep people active, and that's what all this is about, is to encourage activity, you know, and between us, what we can do is offer different services. They work with a lot of other delivery partners as well, and we can offer different services and different activities by subsidising them through whatever we can do to obtain funds and resources. So it's just a different things suit different people, and I've spoke quite a lot on that. You know, I think sort of by now you get my point in the fact that it's just about personal preference. And if people see that as an opportunity to make money, then that's absolutely up to them. But there is this kind of thing available to all. So hopefully that kind of answers your question. The next question, I've mentioned the weather already. Today here in Nottingham, it's particularly wet and it's promised overnight. So looking at the morning run, I plan to meet a friend, and I've obviously got to get out there, wake up to walk and get a video done. I'm not looking forward to the change in the weather, but I do say I love running in the rain. Whilst I do love that, I don't actually like making videos walking in the rain. So I'm not looking forward to that side of it. But on that note, Claudia asked the question, what is the best season? What is my favourite season to run in, and what's the best season to run in? Of course, it feels like now we're almost approaching autumn. And I was thinking about this in terms of the wake up to walk. And whilst I've touched on a few times that it's going to change the dynamic slightly. You know, all these lovely, nice sunrises I've been out and taken pictures of. I can get out there and really sort of do the same sort of things, but some of the autumnal pictures, or pictures at fall as they call it in the US. They're going to make for amazing pictures as well. It's going to make for nice crisp mornings, and then in the winter you're going to get the icy pictures. So it's going to take nothing away from it, I hope. I hope not to get sort of bogged down in being inside too much. So, but to be honest, my favourite season to run in is probably the winter. The wet nights, I've mentioned lots of times, wet nights, wet sort of tea times is when I tend to run. Coming back, it feels epic. It feels like you've done all your work for the day. It can be hard sometimes in the winter, to muscle up that motivation, and hopefully as time goes on, can use sort of this YouTube channel and the things I'm saying to encourage people to get involved and encourage sort of activity when it gets really tough as well. And really, hopefully we can kind of come into our own with what we do. Yeah, so for me personally, getting out there, getting the rain in my face. I can run in snow, I can run in the sun, I can run in the rain. One of the big things I hate is the wind. The wind really gets to, I think all runners are the same. It really, really gets to us. So whilst it's also great to run in the summer, it's great for fitness, it's great for sort of building up that stamina, building up the those fitness levels. I remember when I used to play football, for example, the summer was hard work on the lungs. You come back after sort of the season break into pre-season, and you can barely breathe, and you start building that stamina up over the first few weeks. And then over the winter, when the pitches got wet and boggy, it was all about the strength in your legs and running around. So it was building up different kind of fitness over different parts of the year. And so it's always great. Some people prefer to train in the winter, some people prefer to train in the summer, and that can sort of depend on what races you choose to do as well. London in particular, in a normal year, it'd be winter training, and you get all that sort of hard on the legs, sort of wet days, icy days, and contending with those issues. Whereas now it's been moved to next October, and it's going to be people are going to have to sort of readjust and train in the summer. And if you've chosen that marathon because of that issue, then it's another thing to contend with, So it's just about what you prefer. But to be honest, I love getting out there, whatever the weather, and just really enjoying what we do. I'm just looking at a comment from Dawn where she says she remembers a city slickers night in the winter when it was pouring it down and we ended up jumping in puddles. Wow, it's just about making it as much fun as you can, isn't it? Sometimes in the summer we've had a beer or two after. It's been known in the do-running community, or 7. So it's just about making of it what we can. We have lots of fun in what we do. So don't be defined by things you can't control. Managed to get that in another day this week. So, yeah, just making the most of it, try and work off whatever motivation you need need to get you out the front door. The hot ones really tire me out, but I just see it again as a battle, just sort of fighting through it and building that fitness up. And Kay asked the question, which I'm really looking forward to answering, actually. Which DOdaily is my favourite? Basically, she means which day do I prefer doing it? Obviously, I love doing it. Absolutely love doing it. Whilst I'd love more people to watch, more people to sort of share and spread the word and let people know what we're doing, invite others into the community. Of course, it's an ongoing thing. I've got no intentions of not doing it. So it's been one of my favourite things in lockdown. I'm really building my confidence. I see right now I feel a little bit more calmer, sat here sort of talking about things that I'd never speak about before. I'd never have the courage to sort of pass on advice and tips. I might do that. I might have done that on a one-to-one basis, but to sort of put myself in front of a camera, definitely getting out of my comfort zone. As much as people tell me to stop saying that, it's still the case, speaking to different people as well. Of course, I spoke to Mark Dennison this week, somebody I sort of look up to in terms of what he does in terms of talking to people, and spoke to Mark Crossley and Ellen Hood, and having the chance to do that is a real sort of highlight of what I do. It gives me the opportunity to ask them questions that I'm wondering. I'm always asking you guys to ask me questions, and it really gives me that opportunity. So those are really enjoyable sort of episodes, but of course they're not every week. So, and it comes down to sort of DOdaily is the bread and butter of day in, day out, just passing the message on. So despite the fact I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, I really enjoy the Friday mornings, getting up, getting somewhere different, learning new things as well, whilst I wouldn't say it's working, because I'm really enjoying it, and I don't see it as work, but I'm out there sort of getting my activity in, learning new things, passing on the message, and it's just really enjoyable that it all comes together like that. And it also gives me a little bit of a break to think of new things to discuss and talk about. But one of my real favourites is this actual Thursday questions and answers. Again, whilst I have to rely on you guys to give me the questions, to give me some content, I was really dreading the thought of doing this live, but as the weeks progressed, I feel this one session alone sort of develops me more than any others. That's not taking anything away from the Mondays or the Tuesdays or the Wednesdays. On a Monday, I like to get back on it. I'm really looking forward to it. As much as I look forward to that little break, I look forward to sort of passing the message on about what we can do and getting the message across about encouraging activity. That's what I feel my purpose is. Whilst people might go, oh, here he is again, telling us all to go out for a run, they can switch off. My purpose is to sort of pass on the message about what we're doing, what's available, invite people into this really, really inclusive and friendly group, where people get lots from what we do already. If we can spread the message, if we can help people feel a little bit better about the situation, then that's definitely what I'm here for. So the Mondays as well. So I'm sitting on the fence a little bit with that, but Thursdays in particular, answering the questions. Again, I'm learning all the time. I have to research some of this. I have to look up some of the answers, and then I get feedback as well. It's a two-way thing, so it's really enjoyable. And that's the questions, guys. Noticing the clock's ticking. So hopefully you've taken something from that. I really have. Again, I've just said it there. Just to reiterate that, really, really enjoy this one. So, of course, I mentioned there, I spoke to Mark Dennison this week, and we've got the Sunday Social coming up. So there's a bonus episode there, which really looking forward to putting out. They're really getting that chance to listen to somebody else. I've listened to lots of people, whether it's directly for DOdaily or to sort of help me think about the things I'm saying and doing. It's been really important. And I said at the start of the week, this was a bit of a focus of the week, to sort of just remind ourselves that it's really important to listen. We can all be a bit stubborn and go, well, that don't apply to me. That's but it always does. Just hearing that message. Mark told me nothing. I wasn't nothing unexpected, but just hearing it then gives me that boost to think, yeah, that's exactly why I do it, or that's why I do that. And one of the questions I asked Mark this week was, because I feel he's been one of mine because of the information he shares and things like that, was who has been his lockdown heroes. And I won't give away what he said, but to end this episode, what I'm going to say, that's going to be the throwback question. I'm going to ask you guys to comment on the post or on any of the posts throughout the week or any of the Instagram posts. Just remind you guys, I do preview what we're going to discuss on at DOdaily 2020 on Instagram. So any of those, or email me, des@dorunning.org.uk. The details for the social media will be up at the end of the video. Please comment who has been your lockdown heroes. I'll get the ball rolling like I normally do. Of course, Mark, and a local DJ who plays in a local bar. He took it online as well through lockdown, DJ Sanj. You know, whilst I was bored and fed up at the start of lockdown, really enjoyed some of the shows he put on at the weekends. You know, gave me and Kay a real purpose to get up, do what we had to do, and then sort of, whilst we was really sort of restricted in going out, it gave us some great music, great dance music, took me back to my youth, something I'm clinging on to. So I really enjoyed that. So guys, if you can let us know who your lockdown heroes are over the next 7 days, I'd love to read them out. And I'll be back in the morning. Hopefully it's not absolutely throwing it down, but regardless, I'll be out there with my hood up or my hat on or whatever I need to be. So for now, guys, take care. And I'll see you then. Just doing it.